question of the day. Is Anthony Joshua getting unnerved? Is Joseph Parker getting under his skin? Is the Parker team, is David Higgins, Kevin Barry, Joseph Parker himself, are they getting under the skin of Anthony Joshua? Let me know in the comment section below. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Please hit that like button if you're new to the channel. I really appreciate it. Now, ever since this fight has been announced, or even before this fight was announced, I should say, ever since the build-up, you know, when people were saying, talking about the negotiations, you know, you had guys like Parker saying stuff like, indicating the fact that he believes that Joshua has a glass chin. You've had guys like David Higgins, Parker's promoter, indicating that he believes Joshua has a fragile chin. I believe he even said that he's mentally weak, which I think it's ridiculous, because a mentally weak person doesn't get dropped in front of 90,000 people and come up to win a fight. That's not what a mentally weak fighter does. A mentally weak fighter, if he gets dropped like that, and he has all this pressure on his back, and all these people yelling at him, and all these people expecting him, you know, and this is the first time he's been dropped, and he's in a situation where he's being backed up, and he has a, you know, all-time great like Klitschko standing over you, hovering above you, and, you know, there's still like 30 seconds left in the round. A guy like that would have broke and probably been stopped, but Joshua didn't break, did he? So I totally don't see what this whole mentally weak thing is. But a few people have raised the question that Joshua has seemed to be annoyed. He seemed to be, you know, a little bit, I guess you can say, pissed off at the fact that David Higgins have been saying stuff that he has, you know, a glass jaw, he can't take a punch. It seems to have annoyed Anthony Joshua. Some people have saying that, you know, just by the way Joshua is responding, just by the way of his body language, he seems to be not too pleased with hearing that. A lot of people are saying this is just a tactic. Joshua is a guy that has a lot of pride, so when you say stuff like, talk about his flaws as a fighter, talk about the fact that he's on, you know, he might be on steroids, he has no chin, that annoys him. So some people are saying that Parker and guys like David Higgins, his promoter, maybe even Kevin Barry, are going around saying that, you know, Parker's going around saying that he was on steroids, and guys like David Higgins, and also that he has no chin, and also his promoter was saying stuff like he was on steroids. A lot of people are saying they're saying this not only to help promote the fight, but to get into Joshua's head, to get into his head, to get him to fight a certain way. This is what some people are saying now. They want him to go in there, not stick to a game plan, not try to be technical with Joseph Parker, but to go in there angry. Because then, you know, when you fight angry, you normally make mistakes. And when you make mistakes, you get countered. And when you get countered, you get dropped. Now, Anthony Joshua has been saying that Joseph Parker has a really good chin, so he's going to go to his body. He's going to go to the man's body. He's going to be throwing body shots. I said in the video, I think that's a good plan. Because Parker is going to be on the move, in my opinion. I believe Parker is going to try and outbox Joshua. And if he's going to be on the move, how do you slow down a guy who's on the bicycle? You go to his body. You slow him down. So I think that's a good thing. Again, I do think Parker has the ability to counter Joshua. You know, Dillian Whyte was able to do it. And, you know, I got a comment before, you know, the other day saying, well, how are you going to say that, you know, Parker could counter Dillian Whyte? That fight happened 3 years ago, you know. He's improved dramatically since then. Yeah, he's improved, but he still gets hit. It's not like he doesn't get hit. Vladimir Klitschko was able to land on him. Even Tech Cam was able to, you know, land on him with a few. Even Dominic Brazil, you know, got dominated by Anthony Joshua, but he was getting hit a few times, like cleanly, in the process of him coming forward and exchanging with Dominic Breazeale. So guys are able to land on Joshua. Joshua is not one of these very slick defensive type of fighters, heavyweights, like they do not get hit. You know, he gets hit. So even though he has improved, he still gets hit. And that's what I'm saying. I definitely see Joseph Parker being able to land on Joshua and, you know, catch him cleanly with, you know, with a counter. So maybe what they're trying to do is they're trying to make him fight overly aggressive to go in there and try and knock out Joseph Parker. But by doing that, he's going to leave himself exposed. Again, I think Joshua is mentally a strong type of fighter. Because again, with such low experience as a professional, he's able to fight in these big occasions. He's fought in front of 90,000 people. You know, every time he fights, there's a lot of pressure on him. People expect him to win, and he only has 20 fights. He's really just a prospect, so he has all this pressure, and he's able to deal with it. So to me, that's a strong, mentally strong type of fighter. When he fights Joseph Parker, there's going to be thousands of people there in Cardiff, Wales as well. And I could imagine that he's already used to that. He saw that. He experienced that. So I don't think he's going to freeze again. Even if he gets dropped. He got dropped by Klitschko. He didn't crumble. So why would he crumble if he's in there with Joseph Parker, who's a prospect like himself, really? Well, he's a champion, but he's also like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a guy who doesn't have that many fights as a professional, you know? But like I said, will this piss him off? People have been pointing out that they think he's a little upset, he's a little annoyed. So will that actually affect him? It might. Some fighters do get angry. I saw Hatman's video on this, and he was talking about how, you know, Danny Garcia was never a trash talker, but his father was always a trash talker, and his father would always try and get under the opponents of his son. And it got under the opponents of and he was right. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of this video. I'm out.